Hi everybody. Just out by the old tomato bush trying to get some tomatoes for dinner. Ew, that one's gross. Let me tell you, something's been eating my tomatoes. I don't know what it is. Let's see if we got any more in here that are ready. Nothing's ready. It's almost ready to be cut down, so that's good. There. Got some tomatoes. Hey guys. Hey Wisconsin Greg. Southern Yankee Homestead Journey. How you guys doing?
Alright. Italian seasonings on it?
Italian seed up there.
Oh, thank you.
We're doing dinner. Well, I should say we. Lori's doing dinner. There's the other three out of the garden. And you lucky people, she's gonna show you guys some cooking. What are we making?
Hi! We're doing,
Sorry. There we go.
you just had to get the tomatoes out. We're doing chicken parmesan.
Chicken parm, homemade chicken parm.
People think it's expensive. I do it the cheap, quickest possible way. So,
Because I'm cheap and inexpensive.
because we're on a budget. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's why.
Yeah, let's say that.
Let's
We're
say
on a
that.
budget. It's not because I'm
Budget.
cheap.
It's because I'm cheap. We're on a budget. Okay, so you can get the box of spaghetti if you have a great deal for less than $1, and that's a great deal. People talk about GMO, they talk about all this stuff. I'm just going to tell you, I'm sorry, but it's still got to eat, still got to be fortified, and they're still not sure. I work for a hospital, so I don't want to hear it, but they're still not sure what the true effects are. We've had people die because they just die. Especially, I won't quote, but I'm going to quote. The Atkins diet. Mr. Atkins knew him. Guess how he died? He tripped in his house. That's how he died. So,
Curse you, GMOs!
right. What was I going to tell you? So, I got the container at Dollar Tree for $1, and not all the time. A lot of people eat a lot of spaghetti. We don't eat it that much because I prefer other things, but at least once a week we eat spaghetti. So if I have an extra $1, I'll pick up a box of cheap spaghetti sauce, big spaghetti noodles. And I get the angel hair because the thinner there are, the more there's in the box.
Mm-hmm. You know that's right. Also, they plump when you cook them, so they're not going to stay that small. They get bigger.
They get just a little bit bigger.
They still get
Just a
bigger.
little bit. And I used to, because I had 4 kids, I used to break it in half and do it that way. That's how cheap I would get. But now Michael told me, I don't need to do that. So it's hard for me to not break them. I'm trying not to.
Go ahead.
So I don't use the whole box.
Sorry, I'm shirking on my duties here.
Right, so I don't use the whole box. If there's extra or leftover noodles, you certainly use that for another day, another time, next day. Put some butter in it, a little bit of garlic if you can deal with garlic. What? What?
Hit that like button.
Oh, hit that like button or comment. That's what I have to deal with all the time, is I get peanut gallery that makes comments.
So, Lori and I, and I'll put this out there because I don't really, it doesn't bother me that much, but Lori and I got into a little bit of a fight because I said it was taking forever for me to edit down these cooking videos, and we had to keep them at a shorter time because she likes to talk and explain everything while she's cooking throughout the whole entire process. And for me to edit it down to just 10 or 15 minutes is really, really hard. I have to cut out a whole lot of information. So we decided to do, whenever she does cooking, we're going to be doing her going live and cooking. That way everybody gets all the information they need. And if you come in on part of it, you can always, you know, go back and check it out and see what's going on. And James and Atia want to know, what did you put in the water?
Okay, so I used to only have one pot. So I've been blessed to have neighbors who gave me pots and pans. So cooking chicken parmesan in one pot was hard, but it was very creative. So in my water is just water and salt. I used a teaspoon and a half of salt or a couple of shakes of salt. I don't use the oil. It doesn't work well for me. It's too slimy. But if you have olive oil, go ahead and add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. It'll help with the flavor. What I also do in the water is add a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Of course, I got this at the dollar store. And that will help flavor up your pasta. So it has a little different taste than box pasta. It's very homey and homemade. I like it.
So it tastes more like Italian pasta instead of cardboard pasta. Mmm, cardboard.
Sometimes you got to if you don't have it. I'd say do it. Okay, next in this pot, I have cheap spaghetti sauce. We're using the 4 cheese because it's chicken parmesan. You can use whatever you want. You can even use the one with the added ground beef to it.
That's my favorite.
It's up to you. This is psst. It's PSST, so it really is psst. It's cheap. I normally get Hunt's. I used to get Prego. Used to be a Costco fan with Prego until I bought some and it was moldy. Never opened, but moldy. So I don't get Prego no more. And I found out that Hunt's or Del Monte, which is on the bottom shelf,
double entendre,
taste better, have a better flavoring, and they're cheaper. So why spend almost $4 when you can spend $1 or less on a can of spaghetti sauce?
Can I get a what from the crowd? No?
So,
nothing?
Nothing.
Really?
So,
James Atia, just watching, nothing?
so I don't waste.
No. Dang
I don't waste. I add a little bit of water. Swirl it around, and I know we all do. So if you look, the water and stuff separates, but I'm not done. To make it feel like you just made a homemade, I'm going to cut up these tomatoes and put them in.
From our garden.
Now, if you don't have a garden and no one at your work or no friends in your neighborhood have any, then please spend 60 cents or less for a can of diced tomatoes. It's like homemade, so no worries. So I'm going to slice it up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't care if I smash it. It's going to take a little bit. So if you have questions, let me know. Hit me up.
I think this might work for that $10 meal collab as well. Because the only thing we paid for really was the pasta, the can of sauce, the chicken, and that's pretty much it. Everything else the Parmesan cheese.
I'll come up with the price.
Okay.
Chicken Parmesan is roughly a little bit expensive, but with how much meat they put in packaging, you can spread that money around.
George is flying off the chain tonight.
I know. Our bird is crazy.
Come here, George. Come on, push him out. Come here.
So I am not sticking the little tops. They're too hard for me. They don't have much flavor to me. I don't like them. Some people don't like mushrooms. If you look at my spaghetti sauce, I didn't have mushrooms. My mom, when we were growing up, my sister and I, she found out we didn't eat the mushrooms. We picked them out of our mushroom soup, our mushroom spaghetti sauce, and they were small little ones. We picked them out, so she would turn off the light and make us eat it in the dark. So, but I love my mom. Totally love my mom, because now I at least tolerate some fungus in my food. Even though mushrooms are GMO. Everything is GMO. All thanks to the yummy scientists.
Yeah, that's right. We like eating the GMEs. You know what those are, don't you?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start turning this on. I am going to turn on medium. It's real tomatoes.
Oh, GMEs. God made them.
Oh, I like that! GMEs! You should title this GMEs.
Oh, I already titled it. Just another evening.
Just another. You're funny. Okay, so, since it's real tomatoes, or even just the canned diced tomatoes, I recommend just adding a touch, just a touch of sugar. If you want to, you can put your hand in the thing and do it that way. I'm not going to do it
And if
that
you guys don't know how much a touch is, and you're really into exact measurements, ask your grandma's. I'm sure she's got either a book or she knows it by heart, how much a touch is. It's usually somewhere around a tablespoon. I actually used to have measuring.
We still do
What are
have
fake tomatoes?
Measuring cups. What are fake tomatoes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fake tomatoes?
Fake tomatoes.
Tofacos?
It's those ones that were still green and then they get delivered and they turn red in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
That fast food joints has them and people don't like them.
Okay.
But it's true, we all do it. If you find putting a tomato up on your windowsill, you just fake tomatoed your tomato.
Yeah, there you go. So these, what are these? These are like teaspoons, etc. right there. The half teaspoon, the quarter teaspoon, all those right there. I used to have a set of those that literally said 1 pinch, 1 dash, small amount, and I can't remember what the fourth one was, but they were measured out and that's what they were labeled as instead of a quarter teaspoon or a tablespoon. It was always a pinch, a dash, a blah, 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 blah. It was pretty amazing.
Okay, as you see, I am not going to add any salt to this. It's a can. There's salt already. It's all good. Trust me. But I will add some pepper. And of course some Italian seasoning, because that's how it makes it homemade. So I do about a quarter teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I will add some onion powder. Maybe I should do that instead. This is, I have to look. This is a half teaspoon.
The quarter's in the very back.
That's okay. I'm going to do less than a quarter, less than half of that, of onion.
Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
They said we need to add some Lowry's.
It's chicken. Don't worry. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
The Lowry's goes on the chicken, not the sauce. Every cook knows that, James.
Okay, so again, I got the garlic powder and the onion powder at Dollar Tree, but of course, it was $1. If you can find it, most of the time at grocery stores, you'll see these on the bottom shelf, and they're less than $1. Get them. Onion powder, garlic powder. Don't get the onion salt or the garlic salt. That's way too much salt. It's way too much salt. Some people love it. I don't. I'm sorry. Unless I'm putting on French fries.
James says the sauce is not good enough. You need to add salt. Some Lowry seasoning salt.
Okay, and I'm adding parsley. Look, it's psst, because It's dried parsley. I'm sorry, there's no difference between the $7 McCormick seasonings and the cheap seasonings. It's the same thing.
Wait, you're saying that parsley flakes are parsley flakes no matter where the parsley flakes you get them are?
Right, no matter.
Wow.
So, I'm putting parsley in. It helps with the color. The Italian seasonings, as it cooks, they turn darker. Parsley stays green. So that's the only reason why.
Yes, that was an ice cream truck that just drove by.
Ooh, I thought they weren't allowed in our thing.
They're not.
So I'm stirring it up. And I'm sorry, it is really hot in here. I am burning.
Is that better?
Yeah. So I'm stirring it up. Let me sneeze.
James said it's the same with seasoning salt. Seasoning salt is seasoning salt. No matter where you seasoning salt, get
That's
it.
true.
Unless it's Lowry's, and that's completely different.
That's true. So,
That's what James said.
That's true. So of course I'm a little cheap. No, I need the tomatoes to cook, so I'm adding a little bit of water to allow the tomatoes to cook.
So while it's boiling down and cooking, some of that water that's in there will evaporate and the sauce will become thicker. That's why she added some water so it will boil down.
Yes. Taking my same spatula that has all that yummy goodness, and I'm sticking it in the water.
I love how she calls leftover crap yummy goodness.
And I'm sticking it in the water. The noodles are almost done. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this is going to help flavor my noodles, also loosen up the noodles. So when they are ready to come out, they won't stick to each other.
Yeah, like that's why you put oil in the noodles, is so that they don't stick to each other when you pull them out of the boiling water. You put a little bit of that, what she calls yummy goodness, on there. It helps keep the noodles separate from each other.
Okay, I'm rinsing off my stuff.
I think we've got 2 people watching, so.
Oh, that's good.
I know.
2 people, whoop whoop.
I know, it's more than I thought was going to look. They're like, oh, some random person's doing a live stream? Who wants to watch that?
Right. So,
sorry, she's pulling the chicken out right now.
Pulling the chicken out. It's
chicken
just
breast.
straight chicken breast. Yes, you see me using those meat bags, plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you're not keeping your food in your freezer, like we can't for more than a month, those are okay to use. I use them all the time. So.
James and Atia said, what if I don't like it pre-mixed?
Like what pre-mixed?
Probably the noodles, I guess. I don't know.
Then don't do it. Bring out a whole new spoon, your tongs, and just do it that way.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
If you don't like mixing the yummy goodness in with the noodles, then waste another spoon.
Okay, I need to dump this out.
Yeah, he said noodles and sauce. What if he doesn't want to mix the noodles and sauce?
What do you mean mix the noodles and sauce? Oh,
from the spatula.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I just do it because it gets rid of the oil, so you don't have to put the oil at the beginning. So I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I'm different.
I'll say you are.
Alright. So I'm going to do the noodles. I need these because you took away my towel.
Your towel was dirty. You have another towel right there. Alright. We're draining the noodles.
Are you really getting it that close?
I'm just so that they can watch it.
I feel so crazy.
You are crazy. I can move the camera wherever it needs to go. You just need to do what you do best.
Like that?
Yeah. Do it however you normally do it.
Like that?
Okay.
Can't see anything. I'm blind.
Did it fog up your glasses?
It did. Okay, I'm not wasting that either. So the noodles are done. Yay!
Woohoo! Look at how tall I am, James. See that? I'm holding the camera. I'm super tall now. Just like you. 9'1".
Alright. The tomatoes. Okay.
So done with that for now?
Done with that for now.
Alright. Let's get back into the good stuff.
So if you take a look, it's starting to bubble. Here, let me start. It's starting to bubble, which is good. Everything is still separated. You feel the sauce is thinned and the tomatoes are not cooked yet. So you're just going to put it back on. I do have it a little bit above medium, just a tad above medium. Because time is precious. So I'm going to move this over here. That's a lot of noodles too. And if you can grab me the oil, that would be great. There is no open one?
What?
There's no open one.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Here you
Just set it right there next to it. Okay. So then I'm going to, this is the chicken breast. Let's see, you go to the grocery store, you can get a random 3 to 4 chicken breasts. At our store, it's about $6. So they had a sale, so it was about $4.75 for 4 chicken breasts, and I split it into 2. There's 3 of us that are eating, so we basically just cut the breast in half, and that's what we're going to do. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just watch out for your fingers, because chicken breasts can slide around. It was not my idea to be live either.
Found your snack, James.
George is not a snack.
He's totally a snack. He's not big enough for a meal. If he was, that'd be an expensive meal though. It's $80.
So we have it thinned. And I'm going to put it over here. We do have a cutting board, but I'm using a lid to one of my dishes. I'm going to cut this also. Sometimes when you see cooks, they cut off the fat. I don't cut off the fat. That's yummy goodness for me. That's a waste. I just spent money for the weight of it.
Yummy goodness.
That's right.
Yummy goodness can mean like 100 different things now.
It absolutely could. Alright, so I'm washing my hands off with soap. Sorry about that. Putting my cutting board in there. Okay, so my lid is aligned with cellophane. So what I'm going to do...
He said watch your fingers
Yes.
when you're cutting.
Yes. So I am going to go ahead and season my chicken first. Yes, totally watch your fingers when you cut.
Wait, what are you adding?
Lowry seasoning salt.
Lowry's. Making chicken taste good since whenever it was created.
We didn't get paid for that. What are you doing? You're absolutely funny. So I am going to do a little bit of Italian seasoning.
Right, I should have done a different campaign for it, huh? It should have been more like, Lowry's. Come on, like you can do better.
Oh my goodness. Some onion powder, garlic powder,
What's that?
Garlic powder.
Oh, okay.
You can use real garlic. I do have it in there, but I'm not doing it. It's more expensive for real, unless you have a neighbor who was growing garlic, stuff like that. If you don't,
And they crushed it up and dried it out.
if you don't, then garlic is perfect. Now, if you look over here really quick, look at that.
If you can't tell, it's bubbling like
It's
a witch's brew.
bubbling. So I'm just going to stir it. And now I'm going to leave this off the lid.
Leave the lid off.
Leave the lid off. It's been a day.
Come on.
Really hot.
Somebody needs to go tell Geeky Goodies to get on here so she can watch this.
Now she's gone.
Shout out to Geeky Goodies.
Shout out. Okay. And then I'm going to cover it with some cellophane plastic wrap. If you don't have plastic wrap, because sometimes we're not always gifted with plastic wrap, you can use a shopping bag or two, or a trash bag that has not been previously used. Or ask your neighbors. Where is it? The mallet. We got it at Home Depot. We got it at Home Depot for $1. There are some places, such as hardware stores, that I would say, get your tools over there because they're cheaper for $1.
That's called a mallet?
It's a mallet.
Oh, you always called it the Hit Michael tool. Go ahead.
I don't do that. It's imported.
On camera. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it's made in China. So, I covered it with cellophane.
Tell her, he saw you staring at the mallet and he said, tell her to quit thinking of you.
That's good. Okay.
That's about right.
It's about what? What?
That's about how she does it, but 10 times as hard and
No, I'm changing it.
with a full swing.
With a full swing. It's so funny. When I was in a couple of cooking classes, these old biddies would be like, now, as you're holding down the cellophane, you want to make sure you're swinging it this way. No, I do not.
Right.
It'll spread out all by itself.
And Lori's beating that meat. She starts thinking, when John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his daddy's knee. He picked up a hammer and a little piece of steel and said, hammer be the death of me, Lord, Lord. Hammer be the death of me.
You are so crazy.
It's double racist because one, that's what do you call that? Those old timey black people songs. What are those called?
Oh my goodness.
What are those called? Spirituals. It's not only is that a Negro spiritual,
No.
but she's also doing it with chicken, so it's like double racist.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Where are you going?
I need a paper towel. I'm hot. Why are you falling like this? Oh my goodness.
Hi, my 4 happy faces. It's called hymns.
Yes. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
I made it even more racist by calling them Negro spirituals.
Yes. 3 times. Okay, so we're gonna flip it over.
Yeah. In case you didn't hear her, sorry. She's flipping the chicken over so she can season the other side.
Oh yeah, I guess that's smart.
And since I think your name is Kara, my 4 happy faces, your name is Kara, yes?
Say no. I'm seasoning again. Larry seasoning salt. Oh, real quick, stirring.
Stirring the yummy goodness. Yep, Kara. All right, Kara. So what you've missed so far is this is diced tomatoes that we got from the garden. We diced them up and we put them in there with some pasta sauce, and she has cut chicken breasts in half and is seasoning them with Lowry's seasoning salt. Lowry's. Come on. Like you can do better?
Again, Michael. Some people like the store brand seasoning salt. Some people, it's whatever you like.
Onion powder, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. And pepper. So that's what she's seasoning with right now. And she's already did the other side and beat the chicken. And now she's just seasoning the other side. Are you going to beat the chicken again?
I might beat the Michael.
Okay.
I believe.
Kara says, I know Lowry's. Of course she does. Let's see, Kara knows what Lowry's is. Atia lives by Lowry's. Lori lives by Lowry's. Oh, you're gonna beat the chicken again. Okay,
beat the chicken.
Apparently we're pounding the ingredients into the chicken.
You know the reason why that we beat the chicken is because...
Is it like flogging a dead horse?
No, it's so that there's more food. I'm just letting you guys know. The reason why it all started like that was not really to tenderize the meat. It was to spread it. Alright, we're finally done. This was supposed to be for the tomatoes and I didn't use it.
Aw, you didn't sing a hymnal that time.
I was trying to go so fast.
Only one person is watching. Everybody else just gave up on us because I was racist. I'm sorry for being racist, guys.
Michael. They don't.
Besides salt and pepper, that was the only other seasoning I known growing up was Lowry's seasoning salt.
Are you serious?
That's what Kara said.
Oh yes. I was gonna say, Michael, are you serious? Because I don't remember seeing that in your grandma or your mom's house.
Well, actually, when I lived by myself, when I was a bachelor before I had children, I actually did buy Lowry's seasoning salt, but I only used it because I like meat, whatever meat it is, to be meat flavored, that meat. So I like pork chops to taste like pork, and I like steaks to taste like steak. I don't like them when they taste like A1 sauce and steak. I like them natural. So I never flavored them, and then I got some seasoning salt, and that was my quote-unquote steak seasoning, was Lowry's. Because everything else out there was just too much.
Right.
So we're stirring the pot.
We're stirring the pot. The reason why the lid is off, because real tomatoes, any kind of tomatoes really, adds more water. So with the bubbles happening, they're going to boil out. And the noodles are still here. Nothing happened. So I did move the chicken over to a plate. And then over here, what I'm going to do is have two different areas. So we're going to dress the chicken now, because they're almost dressed, but not quite. I usually get the Italian breadcrumbs, but for some odd reason, Michael has this thing of not getting the Italian breadcrumbs. So we're going to Italian season it up.
Flavoring is overrated.
So I have a half a cup. I have a half a cup of breadcrumbs, regular breadcrumbs. We are going to half a cup.
My Four Happy Faces says, haha, I have no idea what a life by myself is like. But one day I will take a vacation with just me, no kids, no mate, for at least a week.
Oh, I did that. And then I found Michael. But it was so nice.
What? So much for being your soulmate.
Jiffy is less than $1. It's like 50 cents.
It's a great advertising campaign. Jiffy, it's less than $1.
I use this for anything besides corn muffins. So that's one of my specialties that I use for anything that I fry, is adding a little bit of cornmeal. You can get regular cornmeal, but it's just really too gritsy. You know, grits before it's cooked and it's just like little rock pebbles. So that's what regular corn meal is, but Jiffy has really
perfected it into powder.
Yeah. So I just take a little bit and then I'm going to season it. Not doing seasoning salt.
Ooh, that's a shame against the Bible.
But I am doing Italian seasonings.
I was
A shame against the Bible. You're about to
I was my first child 3 weeks before my 19th birthday. Oh, I had my first child 3 weeks before my 19th birthday.
Congrats! I had...
Lucky. I had to wait till I was 25.
That's good. You're a guy. I had my son... Wait. I was 20. I just turned 20 on December 9th, and then he was born January 6th. So I just turned 20, so I missed that teen... What is it?
Teen pregnancy?
That teen pregnancy thing that they were doing. So I just barely missed it. So, and then after that, he's 23 now. So, he's a swapping 23, 6'4", handsome fellow. I do ahead and do some parsley. I did do the onion and the garlic, and I'm doing some parsley. The reason why is because it adds color. Otherwise than that, there's not really a taste.
I had my daughter when I was 25. I had to go through, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 different mailmen before I realized only women could get pregnant, so. Look at her over there hiding in shame. It's like, I can't believe I married this guy. You love me.
So anyway, I'm forking it together.
I don't fork it up.
You are so funny.
I'm full of puns.
You are full of puns.
Yeah, I'm full of something. I'm sure James will tell me that. You're full of something.
Alright, so see now it looks like Italian seasoning, breadcrumbs, and Parmesan cheese. And of course we have that little bit of corn muffin meal from Jiffy. And the reason why, it just adds whatever is missing on it, it just adds. So it'll cover everything really nice and pretty. Next thing is, real quick, stirring the sauce. Ooh, it's getting thick. I feel on the bottom. I'm almost there.
You feel how thick it is? Is it pretty thick?
I'll have to show you guys my awesome meatball recipe. It is so good. It has won several ribbons, and I have no problem sharing the secret.
Mm-hmm.
Michael really doesn't like it, but...
Yes, I do.
You wanted a plain one. We're almost there with the sauce. As you can tell, it has diluted a little bit. Are you showing that? That is diluted? Are you showing that?
Yeah, they can see it.
Okay.
Kinda. You guys see how diluted that is, right? I don't need to zoom in with the camera.
Can you see it? Oh my gosh, it looks all phasey. It's diluted a little bit.
See all the bubbles, guys?
It's down there
It's
now.
the same thing as being diluted.
You're so crazy. Okay, back. So it's almost done. As I keep stirring, it gets a little thicker and thicker. Yay! Okay, so this oil. If you haven't seen it before, I'm going to tell you about it. It's a secret. It's so much of a secret. I bet you it's going to be out soon, and then the price is going to raise up. I hope not. You can get this down.
Thank goodness we're not that popular.
No, oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't tell him. Anyway, so you can get this in your Spanish aisle. In your Spanish aisle.
Bye, Kara. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Kara. This is oil. This is vegetable oil. This is half vegetable, half canola oil. I love this. It used to be on sale for $1. And this is 33.8 fluid ounces. As everyone else is spending like $2 to $3 over here, it's $4 and something cents. $4 and something cents for oil to fry in. That's madness. That's worse than car gas. So this is Mexican oil. It is called vegetable oil 123. It looks just like this. Right now, it's $1.25. I normally see it for $1. This is what I buy.
That's what we've been buying.
This is what we've been buying. I usually used to buy the old stuff, but it was so expensive. You're like, oh, I really want some fried pork chops. Oh.
Your neck is sweating like a beast.
But now we have this. I am. It's really hot. And you're pointing it that way. Point the fan to me.
I love you.
You don't love me if I feel like I'm in the desert.
You can handle it.
Anyway, we live like
It's independent.
2.5 hours from the desert, so I'm like bleeding hot. Okay, so this vegetable oil is awesome. It looks like this. It has a lid and an easy pour out lid for $1. Well, I got it this week for $1.25. $1.25 for oil. So find it, because I will cook up all over the place. So I'm putting about just enough to cover my pan, so it's about $4. You know, I do have to say, and I'm so sorry, this pan was not given to me. I found it on sale, so I have to lie about that. I'm so sorry. I found it on sale. This is a 12-inch pan, and I got it for $12.50.
$1 an inch.
$1 an inch. Well, I won't go there. But anyway, so, and I got it at Macy's. So once in a while, because I can't shop there anymore, but I do like to look at the papers. Once in a while, I will see a good sale, and then I have to like call someone or message one and say, "Can you pick that up for me?" And so they did.
The pan's 12 inches.
It is 12 inches.
$12 inches of hot metal.
You're so crazy.
Stainless steel.
You are so crazy. So it's done. The sauce is done. It's awesome. I am gonna. It's still on. I'm sorry. I can't waste. Waste not wanting it.
How deep is the pan?
I don't know. Where's your measuring tape?
Outside, probably.
You just had your measuring tape. You have like.
Outside, probably.
There's one right there on the desk.
Hold on.
Oh my words. This is what happens when you leave a man in your kitchen.
Woo!
It's all bent.
Where?
This is bent backwards right there, right in front of you. Be careful, I did just turn it on.
About 2.5 inches deep.
If I find more, it's their cheap brand. It was Macy's cheap brand. But it's really thick and it really is good. Okay, so I'm waiting for my oil to get hot. I'm on medium. We're waiting. While we're waiting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken in here. You can get your hands dirty. I miss Chris, I don't really like to. You can also put it in wet sauce first, like a wet bath, which is a little bit of egg white, some milk, water, or what I like to do is not use my eggs. Just use a little bit of milk and some water. Add a little bit of seasoning to that and call it one and done. I actually get a little bit more crispier without the egg than I do with, but everyone to each his own. If you like to use the egg, I don't. I want to bake with it or cook with it or fry it up or something else, so I do that instead.
How long is the handle? Seriously?
It's their simply cooking. It's not that long, but it's pretty cool.
7.5 inches.
7.5 inches.
Of solid steel.
I won't say it like that either. Let me stir this again. How long have we been videotaping?
45 minutes.
Woo!
Does it feel like it?
Okay. So how you know the oil is done when you look at it and you see like little ripples and there's no oil and it's not moving for wind.
Yeah,
That's
it'll look like veins or wrinkles.
Don't throw in water. Don't throw in water.
Did you move it around?
I did. You want me to move it around again?
No, I'm trying to see the wrinkles in it.
You see it? Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's hard to do that on camera. So I'm going to put this on and just let it cook.
And you have the fire at medium?
It is at medium, yes.
Okay. So our range has different sized burners. The burner over here is a medium-sized burner, or a small burner.
Small
the burner back there is medium. That one is small, and this one is large. We also have this middle section right here that's a really long burner. We don't ever use it really, but this is the big burner for the big skillet.
So mind you, because you stamped them...
James says you need to lay it away from you.
Oh yes, you should. I don't do that. I'm left-handed, so I say, it's okay. That's one of my tests that I have for cooking, is we're supposed to lay it away, but there's not that much oil, so please be careful when you're cooking with oil. So as you can tell, I didn't use any wetness, but it's sticking to it. That's the help of all the dry ingredients just sticking to it. One thing is that we keep our Parmesan cheese in the refrigerator, so anytime I have to cook with it, it starts sweating out and is its own moisture. And they don't cook long, so you just want to do roughly about almost 3 minutes per side, and then you want to flip it. I should use these tongs, huh?
Either one.
These tongs are the best. I remember these tongs, the ones that go up and down, these tongs when they first came out cost like $15, and these were like hugely popular. And then I waited and waited and waited, and I went to Walmart and I got this. I know it's neon green, but I think it's cute. And I got this for $1.64. $1.64 at Walmart. So I guess sometimes it pays to wait for new and awesome products. Is there comments?
Not yet.
Yeah, these are pretty big. There you go. And as it's cooking and when you flip it over, they get stiff. They really get stiff. So again, I only use 2 chicken breasts, and the other 2 you can use for lunch for making a quick, easy chicken salad, chicken sandwiches, chicken whatever, chicken BLT. So you can do that for lunch, for breakfast. You can shred up some potato, put in an egg if you like egg, or leave it without. Dice up some chicken, get some white gravy, and put it in the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes. Pull it out, add a sprinkle bit of cheese, and you got yourself a breakfast bowl. So,
or you can just make chicken parm again. Woo! Just saying.
You're like that guy that goes woo on all of his episodes. What's his name?
I have no idea.
You know.
Be careful with the tongs. Oil can travel down and come up the other end.
That is correct. It could. That's why I always leave it like this, because they have it, leave it open. So again, I'm flouring my last one. I'm putting all the excess into the parts that won't open up for me and get floured in there.
I'm coming, George. Jeez. All right, baby. Come here.
That's a little one.
Looking at the wall screaming.
And one thing in the kitchen, definitely kitchen safety is number one.
Always remember, let your wife cook. She knows what she's doing.
That's not true. Not every wife.
Don't let Michael cook. He doesn't know what he's doing. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, if Michael has to cook, it's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with a butter knife. That way he doesn't cut himself.
That is true. You do have a butter knife when you do it. Okay, so some people will keep this. I don't keep this. I dump it. I know that's a waste, but however, it's raw chicken that just went in here. Or raw whatever, ground beef or whatever.
Raw meat.
Raw meat went in here, so I do dump that. I don't keep it at all.
We don't want salmonella.
Don't want salmonella. I'm going to do that real quick.
You follow me, camera guy? Because it's about to get serious.
It is. We are like almost done. So excited. I just wait until it gets a little bit brown on some of the crumbs.
Unless you're a professional balancer, don't leave your tongs hanging on the edge like this. Lori's crazy.
I have flipped it over. I've lost them on the floor. Everything. And remember, we had this one tong for like years.
Since we've been together.
Since we've been together, yeah. So we've had like this one. And when you lose it, you're just like, I can't get my fried chicken out. You're like, fork it.
I think your bird is upset. He can smell his cousin cooking.
That is right.
How's it smell, George? Mmm, delicious.
Mmm, delicious. So then I'm going to go ahead and get started by adding the plate. And do you see that? It's not sticking, and it's been sitting there, cooling off. And it's not sticking.
Because we've mixed in the yummy goodness.
For the yummy goodness. I'm going to make Lilac's plate. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Even though her chicken is like still in here. Let me take it out. Oh, and also, sometimes if it goes in there, this is metal, the whole thing heats up, and you can't use it then. It's hard. Actually, I'm going to wait and let that sit for a minute because I just took it out. While I'm letting that sit, I have some mozzarella. We get a brick. We get a small brick because we don't use that much cheese. And it's like $2.49. It's probably cheaper everywhere else. But we do live in San Diego, which is like really expensive. So they have this small little block of cheese, which is like 8 ounces for $2.49 was a killer deal.
I think the only other place that's more expensive than San Diego is probably New York.
New York. Yes, New York.
Hey, forget about it.
She's gonna mess you up.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat, Michael.
She's gonna mess you up.
You're lucky you ain't here. I will punch you in the throat. First time I see you, Michael, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Right. So we don't purchase the pre-made shredded cheese anymore. One, it's expensive. Two,
As all get out.
right. Two, they just put way too much. What is it that they wait? Hold on. Straighten my hand. Oh, there it is. They put way too much cornstarch in to keep your cheese slices separated. I don't care if it's Kraft, I don't care if it's Argento, I don't care if it's whatever. They've really put way too much cornstarch into your shredded.
Cornstarch, making cheese not stick to each other since whenever it was made. Somebody said fire.
Where?
I don't know.
What?
He thinks something's on fire.
It scared me half to death.
James said it.
I turned
Blame
it down.
him.
I turned it down. So there's our mozzarella. And then to make it 3 cheeses, you can buy the Parmesan Romano, or we just buy the Parmesan. Which of course also has cornstarch in it. Or what they said, that horse stuff.
I think
Because we buy the store brand.
Yeah, whatever.
And then I just mix it up. And there's my 2 cheeses on top.
I didn't see it.
Who said what? Are you talking to me?
Oh, no. James said he didn't see it.
Oh, let me do it again.
I said he didn't see the fire. He just said fire.
Oh, that's hard. Okay. So then I'm going to take the sauce.
Drizzle. Drizzle. Okay, that's enough of my peanut gallery.
You are so funny. And then I take the chicken. I put it over like that. And I take the cheese. And if you're like me, I love cheese. Normally we cheese the pasta, and then we put the sauce on, we cheese the sauce, and then we put the Parmesan. But there it is.
Chicken Parmesan.
Can you put it on the table first so it cools
Yep.
down? And I'll give you a fork and knife here in a minute. So, you want me to make your plate so you can taste it?
Sure, why not? I don't mind burning my tongue.
You won't burn your tongue. Yours has been sitting.
Okay, whichever.
It's,
By the way-
well, the noodles are still really hot.
This has been sitting in here.
I just flipped it over.
Yeah, it needs to come out.
You're about to burn yourself. Is that too much?
That's good.
Is that good for now?
Yeah,
You
it's
can
good
come
for
back
now.
and get seconds, right?
If I want seconds, that's a lot.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
You've had more.
Shh.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're
Can
on
I tell
camera.
these people how fat I am? Thanks. I'm not fat. I have hollow legs. I need something to fill them up. We got 6 likes, which means we had 6 people view, but only a few people commented.
That's okay. I enjoy it. I'm glad. I'm glad, there was people.
Mm-hmm.
So, Michael is the king of this house, so he gets a big piece.
I don't know what I'm the king of exactly.
That's true. You just needed to move.
He said, wow. Wait, Atia, is that you? Or is that James? I can never tell. You're both super sarcastic to me. James is super sarcastic to my face, and Atia is usually the one who's, like,
That's a great
typing
cheese for me.
sarcastic.
Right. Okay. And
Oh, it's Atia.
It's a tea.
That explains it.
And here you go. Take a picture of the finished project. Whoop whoop. Doesn't that look good? You want me to cut it for you?
No, I'm not a child. I can cut it myself.
Are you sure?
Shut up. Oh, nope, it's James.
Okay, you ready?
Hold on. Nom nom nom. I'm gonna
So
squeeze over
just to
here.
let you know, real Italian sauce, spaghetti sauce, marinara sauce, Have some water in it. Turn to the side. We can't see.
Turn it side.
You're left-handed too. Maybe, maybe not.
Wow.
Taste a little bit of the noodles by itself. I just taste it all together.
What I was trying to do was taste it all together.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So normally I do this with bacon on the chicken. It is so good.
We ate
But-
all the bacon yesterday.
But he told me that we're doing this for this $10 meal thing, so no bacon.
It's so hot.
It's hot! I told. Oh, we lost it! We lost connection! Is it good? Is your mouth on fire? Hi, George.
No, my throat is. It got scared and swallowed all the noodles whole for some reason. Or just something, my tongue was like, I don't think so. Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
delicious. It really is. You want to taste your cousin?
It's not,
No?
some people say because I season the noodles and season the spaghetti sauce and then season the chicken, it would be over seasoned. Truly, if you were really here, it does not. This has won tons of awards. You can also bake it, which is even better, and I'll do that next time. But this is my 1 hour cooking, so it's about 1 hour. Easy and cheap, but it's
Just
an
like her
expensive meal.
husband. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
But it's an expensive meal. So thank
It only
you guys
tastes expensive.
so much. I didn't know we were going to do live until Michael said, well, hold up, we're going to do live. And I was like, okay. But thank you guys so much for watching, who said it through, and I wish you guys were here to smell it and to taste it. It's really good.
It smells like chicken parm.
It's really good. And again, I'm sorry there was no bacon. Michael wanted me to cook it all up yesterday.
You guys don't deserve bacon.
So, but normally the bacon is really good. You'll be shocked.
It really is. The last time she made this, oh my god.
The bacon adds so
Woo!
much to it. It's amazing. So that's my secret recipe. I just don't have any, but next time. That's the secret recipe. Try it with bacon. You'll be shocked.
Where do they add the bacon in at?
Oh, when you're cooking up the chicken. Just put it right there when you're cooking up the chicken.
You cook the bacon with the
You
chicken?
cook the bacon with the chicken.
You cook the bacon with the chicken.
With the chicken.
So that the grease and everything mixes all together?
Oh, it's all
It makes it taste
marriage.
like chicken and bacon?
Bacon chicken. You know what? That's what they should have done? Is bacon chicken. They have turkey bacon, but where's chicken bacon? They tried it. It doesn't look great. But they should really try bacon chicken.
Chicken wrapped with bacon?
They have the hot dogs wrapped in bacon now in the grocery stores.
That's gross.
And they have turkey franks wrapped in bacon. But I
Ooh.
haven't seen the chicken bacon yet. Bacon
You know what
chicken.
tastes really good wrapped in bacon?
What?
Bacon.
That's what we should do, is like the wildest bacon recipes.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
And put it out so people can see the
Okay.
wildest bacon recipes. Because I would try, like I try everyone's recipes. I really do, and I take it to work. I really, really do, because I learn off of that.
I think that Southern Yankee is the only people that are still watching.
Yay!
You said turkey bacon. Now we can't be friends. Yeah, turkey bacon's pretty gross.
No,
Anyway,
it's not. Turkey bacon is amazing. It's because I live in Southern Cal. Southern Cali. Turkey bacon is like huge, and it's gotta taste good. It tastes really good. You'll be shocked and surprised. The first time I tried it, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Bacon's gonna hate me for life. But it was really good. Not all of it's good. Don't eat the Tyson turkey bacon. I don't know what's up
how
with
about
that.
just don't eat turkey bacon? Anyway, so for those of you out there who are still watching or are watching this later, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and show us your
Wildest.
most your most amazing bacon recipe. I want to see what you guys come up with.
Oh my god, the sauce turned out really good.
It is. Now I have to get rid of her. Shh! Don't tell her that.
Mmm.
She cooks.
What? What are you saying?
Nothing. How does it taste?
Oh my gosh.
How does my food taste?
Your food tastes right.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, because they say if you beat it too much, it turns stiff. Oh my gosh, it's so soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's like melting in my mouth.
It's because I was singing that hymnal.
Anthony.
Where? George Anthony, you son of a...
It is so good. I'm going to have to take some to work tomorrow. Mmm. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now I just need to clean up. But it's so good.
Alright, I'm going to go have a conversation.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming to Lori's Little Cooking Corner. We appreciate you all chiming in and...
And since I talk a lot, Michael said I have to just do live all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's too hard to edit it down to just like 10 minutes. It really is. All the information she gave you about how much something costs, where she got it at. Normally if you get it from this store, you can find it at another store much cheaper.
I'm serious.
Hallelujah.
I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. I'm serious. I'm just...
Apparently she's serious, folks.
The Mexican oil.
That Mexican stuff.
Save money on oil. Be happy and fry. Be happy and fry. My specialty is normally desserts, but...
I'm sorry, what was that?
My specialties are normally desserts, such as bars and cookies and cakes.
Sorry, I'm shaking the camera too much.
Danishes and stuff. That's my thing. However, Michael does his pies, and he's starting to do other desserts, which is really cool. But I love to cook. And if I can make a meal go from expensive to way cheap, I will show you to do that without taking shortcuts, such as a ribeye steak. Ribeye steak should be $1/4. I know it's crazy expensive, but there's ways to make that happen and extend it out for several meals.
Or at least a couple meals.
Oh, we could do 7 out of that. So, bye guys! Bye! Love you! Bye! So, are we done?
James and Tia said bye, great job.
Aww.
Okay, so... Ow, my back. Alright, so I'm gonna field any questions that you guys might have or something like that. So, I can't see how many people is it just the one person that's watching? Or are there actually more? And I just can't see them because my phone is being a poo-poo. Just me. Okay. Well. Do you have any questions? Anything you guys want to see? Nothing?
I'm looking for oxtail.
Oh, Lori said she's still looking for some good oxtail so we can make oxtail and lima beans. And by we, I mean her. Better go eat before it gets cold. Alright. Thanks guys for watching. Real appreciate it. If you guys have any more... If you're watching this later, which obviously you are not watching it right now, but when you watch this later, if you have any questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget, smash that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to us, subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye.